Yeah.
Uh,
Yay! I figured it out. I hope everybody can hear me okay. Oh, well, that's
No.
really cool. All right. I think maybe. Hey, Audrey. Oh, I'm so glad you can hear me. Good. Yeah, I intended to get the StreamYard like yesterday or the day before, but I didn't until this very second.
No.
And it's like, wow, this works. How are you
No.
today, Audrey?
No. No.
I'm telling you what, this has been a lifesaver for me, putting little numbers on here. Now, sometimes they don't want to stick. So I may have to kind of glue them on because they don't stick that well. But this helps me get everything back where it needs to go. It's much easier than writing it directly onto. I don't have it in this one, but um, in my older Prismacolor case, I had written, and also I have this in my Black Widows. I wrote the name down, and so I can go find the name, which is fine. But for me, the numbering system works better. Sorry about my dogs. Um, I guess I'm okay. I'm a little frustrated by this picture I'm trying to work on. I really wasn't sure what I was going to work on today. Um, I can show you what I finished. Was I working on this the other day? Oh, I took it out. Hang on a second. Hey, Dawn. Hey, Jennifer. Daddy will come back. Momentito. I don't think I was working on this on stream yesterday. I mean, on Tuesday. I needed to do a picture in color, or I wanted to do a picture in Circle of Life, Color My Life. Oh, that'd be a good name for a YouTube channel, Color My Life. Hey, Pamela. Anyhow, so I finished this yesterday, and I labored a lot over the background. And I started out doing one thing, and then I did another thing, and then I just kind of did a lot of things. And then that's how it was. And when I look at it now, oh, I don't know if y'all can see. It's kind of, can you see it sparkly? It's not very sparkly. It's got a little bit on there. I've got a little bit of there it is, a little Wink Stella up there. Some what did I use? My brain is gone. My dog's squeaking and my brain is gone. I didn't put it there. Color watercolor pens and then pens. Oh. Yeah, there's Color watercolor pen on that. Pencil. Not watercolor pencil. Just metallic pencils. Which I thought were very good, very metallic-y. I don't want to say that's what that is. Oh, no, no, no. It's not Color. Let's see if I can find one. I hate to use this headphones, but there's nothing for it. Here it is. It's the King Art Metallic Purple Gel Stick. These are very, I don't know if you can tell up here, very metallic-y. And it just makes it look really poppin'. Anyhow, so I finished that yesterday, and I need to write down that I used that. Let's see, King Art gel sticks, metallic. And really, that's the first time I've really used the metallic gel sticks, and I was quite pleased with it. So I started out with watercolor pencil because I did watercolor pencil on this and down here. So, oh, you can see the Wink Stella there. I just love that stuff. And I started working up here, and it was taking so long. So I broke out my metallic paints. This is just an inexpensive brand. I don't even remember the brand name. But it came with a little plastic container with paints in it, and I didn't like the case that it was in, so I had to take it out and cut it to fit this one. And I'd have to go back and look at Amazon to see what else I used. I think I used, y'all, my brain. I used these watercolors on here. Yes, the King Art are very metallic-y, and I use that a lot too. But I definitely use the metallic watercolors. And there it goes, falling everywhere. Okay, so I didn't sleep well enough. So you just have to forgive me. Oh, yeah? Awesome. You did a bus tour from coast to coast? Amazing. Yes, Jennifer, I thought you might like the watercolor. I the, the Color watercolor pencils I don't think are real good for big sweeping areas like a background. It would just take you ages. If that's all you had, that's all you had. But then I just took the watercolor and I swooshed it all around and played around with it. And I said, okay, there's my base. Now I'm going to come back with pencils and the gel sticks and some paint pen. And I'm just going to keep working and playing and working and playing until I get something I like. And then I used a little bit of gouache here and there. And then I added the stars. Now those were, black line drawings on this particular page. Y'all probably know it. And my reference photo for the background was off of internet, and it was a dream catcher that had this bluish, purplish, violet, pinkish background. And I looked at that and kind of drew my inspiration for that. And then this was actually all blue, and I added a little bit of purple to kind of pick up some of that color there. And there are still spots that I probably could have fixed there. But that's all right. Thanks, Kelly. Yeah, a galaxy background is my favorite. If I could do this again, I would probably not do the star kind of things that they have on the page, since it's mostly covered up with the gel stick and the pencils and the watercolors. I took a picture before I did this background. Ooh, would you like to see it? Ooh. There it is. So that is the picture before I put that background in. And now it's like, wow. Crazy. So you can see all those little circles and dots and stars and stuff. And I literally just sat here with this and I tried to find the dots. I'm very OCD that way. But if I could do it over, I probably would do some of the ones they had in the picture, but I would just do a lot of my own. Like I would probably add even more stars to some of these areas. But yeah, that's I really liked my picture and I thought, all right, I'm either going to ruin this or I'm going to work at it and make it look like something I want. And it's still a lot darker than I would have liked. I think I would have liked kind of maybe more of the pinkish light purple stuff and this little glow thing that's happening. But, you know, it's good. I like it. I learned a lot about using watercolor and other stuff, so that was fun. I've got it in some books over there to flatten it out. So, thanks. The rest of it is just thinking about what colors kind of go together. I think I looked at some. Well, I knew I wanted the mountains. I wanted the traditional looking scenery, green, blues, browns. Those are my favorite colors. I love earth tones. And then I added a little bit um, of the background in there in this after I was done with it. I mean, after I was done with the sky or the night sky. Hey, Yana, how are you? Do y'all remember what I was working on the last time we were here? Because I like to kind of go back to it, maybe. I'm really having fibro brain today. Finish that. I'm just so excited that I got StreamYard to work. Not funny. Oh, I know what it was I was working on. It was the Rooms of Wonder. Would y'all like to see it? I finished. I didn't do a thing with this little line, this little border here, or the background. I was kind of like, I'm very satisfied with this part. I don't want to, possibly mess it up by doing the background at this point. But I liked how it turned out. Thanks. So I'm kind of excited that I'm starting to branch out into my own ideas. I love following tutorials, and I will keep following tutorials for as long as I can. I really like them. But now I'm starting to maybe get some ideas of my own after, you know, going to school, as it were. That's kind of fun. But, if I don't have an idea for a page, then I don't. Um, I don't do anything with it. But it's probably a good idea that I do this page today because this is a buddy color with Coloring with K. Thanks. And I've already kind of messed up what I wanted to do. What I should have done probably was photocopy this page. Okay, let me show you. This is Wonder Worlds by Gabby Wolf. And it was one of my Christmas presents from Steve. And I noticed that Kay had it to do in her coloring bag for February. So I asked her, I've got that book. Would you like to do a buddy color? I've been wanting to do a buddy color with her a long time. And she said, that would be great. Here's some pages to choose from. And this was one of the ones that I wanted to do anyway. And I was looking online for some like steampunk underwater scenes. And so that's kind of what I was trying to go for. And I like this. Oh, look, here's the picture I got my inspiration for. I mean, that is super, super dark, right? I suppose I could have lightened up this part. But anyhow, so that was that. Silly pictures of me. Here are some pictures I was getting inspiration from for this ship or submarine house. I'm not sure what it is. I didn't particularly like this picture, but I liked the color choices, color palette. You've got some reds and greens and blues and some yellows in there. So that's like two different complementary colors together. And this one was what I was trying to do this ship on. I'd call it a ship. It's not a ship. But when I put in a picture of it in the color picker app, it was coming out with lots and lots of different colors. Okay, this is called color pencil picker. You can stick any picture in here. Yeah, the references just blew me away. I said, I want to try that. Um, and I've used this a couple times, and it's actually a little frustrating, but at least it gives you an idea of what maybe that color is. When I look at this picture, I think this sub is blue, but really you zoom in a little bit and see it tells you down here that's cool gray, and you've got some cobalt and black in there. You can change the detail, like you can go all the way to 1 or minimum, and it'll give you this kind of. And the thing I thought about this morning when I was doing this was this would be good for basing a picture. You can say, okay, well, I'm going to put this aquamarine and slate gray, and then I'm going to put something else. So, I mean, it just gives you an idea. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then you can go all the way to maximum and get real in depth. Am I making y'all sick? Hope not. Hey, I wonder if this app I'm using, StreamYard, has zooms on it. If it does, I don't see any. No hotkeys. Share. Layout. Navigation. Other. I don't see any zooming option. So I'll just leave it for the moment. Thanks. Anyhow, so it's good to get an idea of maybe the colors you might want to use if you were to color something like this. Because I've tried it where I would find these 3 pencils and I would go color area. It tells you the ratio also. And it was just too frustrating because when you just moved a little ways over, they change. And so I'm still playing around with it, but I think the best thing is just to pick basic colors. Like, well, I kind of want it to be this color, so I'm just going to pick peacock, and then I might pick my secondary color as light aqua because there was a dark. You see, it changes so fast. There was a dark aqua in there somewhere. Anyhow, so that's what I did on this, and I said, oh, why don't I use alcohol markers for the back part? So I don't know. I feel like since this book is not very expensive, I want to go buy the book again because there's not double pictures like there are in some of these Amazon printed books. Now I can take my own advice. Hey Shannon. Oh, what app? Oh, what app is this? This is called Color Pencil Picker. Colored Pencil Picker. Yeah, I mean, I could put in a picture of my dog and see what colors were in there, but I kind of like using this middle depth because I can use these basic colors and then just kind of blend them together, instead of 5 different things, 10 different things. So I might use non-photo blue or true blue, and then this aqua, because you can put that over that. See, it's saying light aqua anyway. And you can use that over here. I'm really just playing around with it as I'm talking. So, oh, and it has, here's something y'all want to know. It has the sets in it, the major sets. I don't have Luminets or Pablos or anything. I've got Prismas, and they do have Faber-Castell and different numbers. If you only have 36, it will, now it'll probably like faint when I put this down here. You only have 36. Okay, pick black. Hey, maybe that's the idea. I just came across something. Oh. Oh. So if I wanted to do Prismas, where is it? If I picked the 36 set, I really kind of like this picture better. It's going to say light aqua, but look, the target is something different. So probably, let's see what 72 does. Light aqua, true blue. So I've got less colors to try to navigate if you pick the lower amount of pencils. I'm just learning this as we're talking. Light aqua and aquamarine. What did drive pencil case and go for it? Yeah. No, it's not always accurate. Anyhow, but that's, and I put it in palettes too. I put the picture in here, and you can kind of pick your palette. You can add or subtract any colors you want in that one. That's kind of fun. That's called palettes. This one is just, it picks for you randomly. Anyway, I don't use that one too much. Artie? Oh, is that an app? Oh, y'all, looking at the screen and then looking at my phone is making me dizzy and kind of nauseous. So I eat these gin. I like the super strength. Y'all, my brain is all over the map this morning. I mean, this is literally how I think. 1,000 things at once. And sometimes it's kind of frustrating. So back to this picture. I wanted to use polys, but it's not working very well. I mean, they do work well on the paper. It just wasn't working well for what I was trying to do. I did do a test in the back, and I think Prismacolors work the best on here, but polys feel nice on here on this paper. Color and Black Widow were kind of hit and miss. Some colors looked fine and some didn't. but these worked well. These were the best ones. And then I tried some alcohol marker down here and colored over it. And I thought it would be fine putting polys on top of watercolor, but it didn't work well on the paper. I mean, on the picture. Yeah. How we doing on the focus with that one? Um, I cannot see where to change the zoom on this or the focus. Um, it's just here. I mean, literally, there's no options for anything. Mm-mm. Over on the right side, you have edit, but that's your information for the live stream. Comments, banners, brand, private chat. And then down at the bottom, well, it does have settings. There's general. You can change the definition, shift videos up for comment banners, audio avatar. Automatically add screen video stream. Camera. I wonder if I went into the camera app itself to do zooming. Audio, background, recording, hotkeys. And see, I looked at this hotkey before, but there's nothing for zooming. There's layouts, which isn't anything. Guests, nothing there. So there's nothing in settings. Oh, I could actually play a video in here. That's cool. Or I can put in another camera. I actually do have two cameras, but you don't want to see me right now. There's the mute. I just muted it and said something. Cool. There's no properties options at all, Shannon. I don't. Um. Oh, I can't. I don't think I can go into my camera app. No, I'm just gonna have to read up on it, I guess. Is it blurring at all? Yeah. So is it not focusing? Because on my screen it looks like it's focusing. Yeah. It's nice of them to not give us a zoom. It might be here somewhere, but I haven't seen it at all. And I've been looking around from before I started the stream to right now. I know it keeps focusing and unfocusing. So I really don't know. Oh, it was blurry? Okay. Thanks for letting me know. Maybe I did something to fix it. Well, I was holding my phone up. Maybe that it didn't like that. Okay, now what to do with this picture? I thought about, and I tried this. Well, let me back up. I was messing up so bad. I thought, I'm just going to reorder this book so I can do this page. No, I need to follow my own advice, which is keep working on a picture, even if you've messed it up. And so I do like how Prismacolors work on top of alcohol markers. And so I'm going to erase some of this, well, all of it if I can, this Faber-Castell pencil on here. I had given my two Tombow Knox away around December. And I decided that they were the best thing. So I put it in my Valentine's wish list for my husband, and I didn't know he was going to get them, so I'm glad he did. Hey, Tanya. It is the best way to learn. I learned a lot with this picture. I don't know if you were in here when I showed it. I had done this middle part just wonderful, and I thought, all right, now I got to do the background. And I started over here, and I did a little bit of this and that and the other, and oh no, I'm going to ruin my picture. No, you just keep going. And finally I kept going, and I found some different things that worked and the way I wanted it to. And that's what I ended up with. So I think it's cool. What does Connie always say? It's just a picture. It's just a picture. Yeah, let's see. I want to pick. I like kind of the bluish color for this. Ooh, muted turquoise. I think I'm going to like that. All right, if I put one of these down on top of it. Sorry, that was my attempt to draw 3 different ways. Okay, if I put that down. Let's see what this blue looks like. That's interesting. Woo! I like it on this one. I think this might be too green. Oh, that is too green. And then there's just the gray. I think I still think I like this one better. What am I trying to do? Somebody asks. I'm trying to. Ooh. Kind of like this color. I'm trying to figure out what color combo. Yeah. Let's see. I've got my Ohuhus in a case that I bought off Amazon. Um, most of the Ohuhus I got in a really good deal from somebody basically selling all their art supplies. They were an art teacher for a while, and she was an art teacher for a while, and then she had to move and couldn't take it all with her. So she yeah, I like this. That's where I got the polys from. I drove 2 hours to get those. And before I got there, I looked at her pictures again to see what else she might have, and she had markers, and I said, "What kind of markers are those? I'm interested in the markers." And she said, yeah, she still had them. And um, when I got there, I got to see them, and they were a lot of Ohuhus. They had the chisel and the brush. This is one of them. Oh, you did? I like the pastels. Pastels. I like the pastels. I've got a small pastel set, and then I got this humongous set from this lady, and I didn't know which set I had. So I wrote everything down and compared it to whatever sets, and oh, I can't use that. I much rather use the bullet point, but I don't have this color in the bullet point. Anyway, she had almost all of the 216 set, or I had it with hers. I think maybe it was the smaller one, not the 216, the 160 something. I can't remember what it is now, but so with my two sets, I had midtones and pastels, and with her sets, it gave me quite a few, and I wasn't too bothered about it not having the bullet point because I kind of, for most things, I prefer the brush. Yes, they do. That's why I've got this cardstock on the back. Oh my. I do have regular Ohuhu water-based markers, but um, I didn't want to get them out. I probably ought to use them once in a while. I've had them for over a year. It was one of the first art things that I bought after I bought my Prismacolors. Because I was watching these videos of, oh, let's use markers to color. And I kind of gave up on the markers early on because I just didn't have the skill, but I kept them. And then I wasn't going to go back to markers at all, and ended up thinking I needed alcohol markers. So that's what I ended up with. All right, let's see. This is muted turquoise. Yeah, this is, the tooth is almost gone on this spot because I've used and erased so many things on here. See, I'm kind of wanting this for, hmm, it's doing this weird thing. I'm thinking alcohol markers aren't going to work that well on this paper. Um, if you're going to if you're going to put color pencil on top. See how it looks kind of blotchy? It didn't do it there. Maybe it's because I had some other pencil on that. This is kind of supposed to be shadows. Need to dedicate a book to not a pencil and use all not a pencil. That's a good one, Yana. That's good. I think so. I just need to. This is light aqua. I'm not sure why I'm using light aqua, but that's what I'm doing. I tried to erase some marker with with the blending pen. I had, so all Ohuhu marker sets come with a blending pen, and so I had at least two of these. I couldn't find them. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find any of them. So I happened to have the Prisma one, and then I've got, oh y'all, the other marker she had were the touch, and I looked up the set later, and it blew me away. I paid, no, these cost more than what I paid for everything. I got the hoo-hoos, the touch, some the what's it called, the chow, um, the chow Copics. These are the only three Copics that were in there, other than the chow Copics, Copic sketch. And I haven't done a thing with them because I'm not sure what to do with that. So when I look at these touch markers, which I have used, um, I guess I'm too afraid to use them or something right now. So I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. This is just going to be a bluey turquoise-ish kind of picture. Ooh. I'll try a little peacock blue for some shadows. see what that does. Sorry. I was hoping to get a new camera, at least new camera stand, maybe a new camera. Ooh, I like that. But I've got to wait another week. I think another week, and then I can do that. I'm doing that inky for my granddaughter. Oh, the inky butterfly. Y'all, I'm so sleepy. I got up too early this morning. Probably why my brain is just going all over the place. But I'm kind of done thinking about what colors I'll use and all that. I'm just gonna color. And it'll be fine. Uh, hmm. Louis Game Cuba channel. I'm not sure. Jennifer, do you think that's a spammer? Okay. Hmm. Thanks. Coloring is so relaxing. It's so relaxing. Yeah, I'd just go ahead and take that out. I think it's a bot. Maybe it's not, but I think it might be. It looks like they're trying to put a link in, but I've got it to where nobody can put a link in except for me or a mod. Oh, yeah. No, it's not stressing me. What colors to pick was stressing me for a minute. And I'm going so slow, really. I'm going faster than I usually do because I'm very light-handed, and I'll just layer and layer and layer until I get, the layer that I want. Oh, stop. Dogs. I love my dogs, but they will fuss over the littlest things. But then I do too, so. Oh, you're working on some hair? Well, I'm not a hair fan. I mean, wow. There's a, what's it called? There's a musical called Hair. Oh, that's Hairspray. Yeah. Um, yeah, I'm not a big fan of coloring people. So the closest to hair I get is fur, which I actually do like doing fur. Maybe you should think about it as fur, really short fur, or long fur, I guess. But that might not help either. Oh, yeah. Oh, that is not the pencil I wanted. Go away. Layer, layer, layer. Did anybody catch Barbara Colors this morning? I got up early, but I had to teach a class at 8. And when it was over, I was watching something else. And then I said, wait a minute, Barbara Colors is on. I got to go watch. And she was about to be done. Oh, what is the mod question? Probably Shannon is the one to ask because now I am a mod in several places, so I guess I know something. Yeah, one of us this paper is kind of weird. You speak English? Habla español? I speak English sometimes. I was trying to learn Chinese at one point, back when I first started teaching, but there's really no one to practice with because you can't really speak English, Chinese in the classroom because it's an English class. Depends on what I say. What they say. Yeah. Yeah. It yeah, sometimes they'll like this one tried to put a link in and they couldn't do it. That's one way, you know. Um Also their screen name usually has lots and lots of words in it or characters. And yeah, that keep repeating themselves, or they'll say something racy. I think I'm going to color over those with Stardust anyway. I'm in groups that have more than one admin, and so usually the other admins will, or mods, they'll get the take care of the problem before I even get to it. There was one I was in, and the uh, the spammer kept repeating, and like Shannon says, it's sometimes repeating. They would say the same phrase over and over and over again, like just bomb the chat. And so we had to go in there and block them, and then we figured out how to, well, not block them, but to delete the message, and then we figured out how to block them, and that really solved the problem right there. Oh, you are. You're great. I mean, we don't have that many viewers yet to probably have big spammers. So no worries. But yeah, now that's coming back to me. This, oh, see, I had a lot of stuff on that. That's why it's coming out weird. I don't know how to fix that. So we'll just call it a shadow or something. I'm not sure why I'm coloring the way I'm coloring, but I'm coloring. Yeah. Oh, I noticed that. And I thought, I need to make more videos. And I was going to, but I hadn't felt well. Um, just a lot of fatigue, and I didn't sleep enough last night. I woke up too early, which is really strange. I never wake up too early. Um, if I hadn't had a class to teach, I might have been able to go back to sleep. But so I've just been dealing with fatigue, and I didn't want to make another video, make a video. Yeah. I just caught the very end of it, and she was saying, "Okay, everybody, I'm gonna go. Let me read the chat first." And she started answering questions and seeing the chat, and I said, I will watch the replay. Now I'm gonna put another layer on here. Well, I may come back to this. Start off with I like how this is behind because I'm thinking using this blue gray 3 will help this look more metallic. I don't know. That's what my thinking was, but who knows? Yeah, I've got my coffee right here. It's my second cup, but usually my second cup is decaf. Sorry for the shaking. I do shake. Yeah, this is where I would like the bullet version of this. There was also some like original Ohuhu markers in that lot. They have the chisel and the bullet. So if I can find this color, which I don't think I haven't actually, what's the word, made a chart for these. Let's see what I have. Probably need to do that. Oh, I wanted to show y'all. Remember that big project I was working on? I finally finished it, although I'm adding to it as I go. Because somehow I lost my original swatch cards for my watercolor pencils. There were some that weren't in here, and I said, well, I'll just redo them. Anyhow, so I ended up with this many cards, and I did not laminate them. I'm glad I didn't because I'm going to be adding to that, to the blank areas. The ones that are blank don't have an equivalent in the other, other sets. Like this one doesn't have them in the other 5. And this one I need to fill in. So I'm going to leave those blank for something like, well, maybe not beige, but like, okay, this one, I might be able to figure it out if I use like color, which would be down here. Color, yeah. I can mix one color with another of color and get that, so I use it for mixes. Oh, hey Connie, thanks for coming in. You'll be on today at noon, right? Or noon my time. Anyhow, so this was a big undertaking, but I'm glad I did it because I used it this morning. I said, "What is this turquoise in polys?" Oh, it's helio turquoise. All right, I'll get that out. Of course, I abandoned the idea of using polys on this paper, but I did use this, and this is so much easier than trying to use this giant chart. And not all my pencils are on here, and there's some pencils I don't have, and you get teeny tiny. Now, it's a good chart. I mean, Karen did an excellent job of this. I mean, if you don't mind flipping to look for equivalents of something, um, then, this is fine. And she's got so many pencils on here. It's really good. But for me, I needed something like this where I could see it in a smaller space, and it was just right there. Okay. I Maybe I ran out of chartreuse, which is not possible. All right, well, I can use bright yellow, or I can use light yellow green, or maybe I want to switch to something else. The other way I used this was I looked for the like the color watercolors, and I said, okay, well, there's the sepia crown pale. I'm using that on here. What can I use on top of it? I can maybe go up here and use the raspberry. So I kind of used it in reverse also. But this is just calibrated, I call it, for Christmas, and I had to have it. So she doesn't stream on Friday. Okay. Thank you. For some reason I thought you did. Stretching. And if you want, I can actually take these out of their little thingy and line them up and give you a picture of them. I almost did that to begin with, but I didn't. So if you really, really want my swatches and conversions and all that, okay, let me show you what I have here. I have Prismacolor, Faber-Castell Polychromos, Black Widow, Mark Arts, Color, the 180 red tin, Artex, Color watercolor, and down here's a Wii. And let's see, I've got one on here. If I could add in the Mark Arts, sometimes I'll use, I don't know where an example is, but I will use the Brutfuller macaroons, and I'll just put BF there. I'm trying to find one that I used that. Anyway, you get the idea though. And I'm not going to cut out the edges like I did all my other stuff because I'm not using it for that. It took a long time, but I got it done. Oh, bye Audrey, thanks for coming in. Audrey's so funny. Okay. Well, I give you permission to put down your hair. And you can go eat. See, I don't talk when I'm coloring. It's hard to concentrate. Since I've already used the alcohol marker on here on one spot, for me, I've got to keep using it to get the same colors that I'm getting. So that is why I am continuing to use it. I wanted also to use it not only to kind of make it look more metallic, but to fill in the, oh, darn, to fill in the little white spaces. Go put it down, Shannon, or you'll start cursing. Or as the Southerners say, cussing. We cuss. We had a pastor one time, and that sometimes he cussed. Now, he never cussed at church or around anybody. It was just when he was with his family, and so we never heard him say any bad words. But he said he did. And but when he was around, the public, he would say funny stuff like, um, what's the word he used? I had it right there and it went away. Shoot a monkey. He would say, shoot a monkey. And I thought that was funny. His wife gave him a shirt one year. I don't know if it was birthday or Christmas. And he actually wore it to church, but he didn't. He wore, it was a t shirt, and he wore a button down shirt over it, like a jacket type of thing. And he, his wife told him not to wear it to church, but he did. And so he had to wear that shirt on the top of it. And it said, I love Jesus, but I curse a little, or I cuss a little. And I thought that was funny. He wasn't gonna. She was looking at him from the congregation. It was a small church, and she was like, "Don't you dare take that off." That was what her face. I can't believe you wore that shirt. But I would say if you're a pastor, you probably ought to try to not curse at all. Not even around family. Because you never know when that might come out in front of a member or something, or even a visitor. Okay. Well, I didn't cuss until probably a freshman in college. And then it got to where I would just burst out into all kinds of bad words when I was really super mad. And then one time I said a bad word in front of my daughter. I won't even tell you what the circumstances were, but she said it. And I said, oh no. So I did a lot of praying. Please help me to shut my mouth. Help me to shut my mouth. And I still say a bad word once in a while. Um, but not like I used to. I wasn't a sailor or anything. I was just loose with my words sometimes. And then I started to notice we would watch British shows and how fun the British curse word sounded. So I started to say those instead, which probably isn't a great idea. And so instead of saying American bad words, I'll say British bad words, thinking that, oh, I'm getting away with it or something like that. And Steve said, well, he doesn't really mind. He just wouldn't want it to come out in public or something like that. And I wouldn't either. But I still say them once in a while. Um, but I don't make it a habit. I know fiddlesticks don't have the same outcome. No. Shoot a monkey. Yes. Shoot a monkey. And if I can remember any of them, I'll tell you. But son of a baseball or son of a potato chip, I think things like that. He would say stuff like that. And so, of course, I started saying shoot a monkey. And then I decided, well, I don't want anybody to shoot a monkey. So I stopped saying that too. All right. Yeah, I know I'm stopped here, but you might want to see me coloring something else. I kind of want to do thank you. I think maybe what I'll do is a lighter blue on the back of the water. Maybe. Oh, a cow's. I like that one. I like that one. Oh, I'll say poop, which isn't really a bad word, but it works. Oh, kind of like that one. It says it's green, but that's what's coming out. Cool shadow is coming out green, even though the lid is kind of blue. Woo! Yeah, look at that. It's green. Can y'all see that green? Yeah, see, it's green. That's weird. Anyway, I'm just testing. Test, test, test. Welcome, Tamara. Welcome, welcome, welcome. What to use? Non-photo blue. I'm doing a little testing over here on the side. I'm doing testing. Okay. I'm not sure I want that. The next tool I'm going to get is a blow dryer for in here. My phrasings of not coloring started laughing hard. Oh. Oh, bye, Yana. Happy grocery shopping. Connie's lurking in the kitchen. Well, while you're lurking, can you whip me up something to eat and send it over? I'll wait. Ooh, I like this. I like this. Well, that doesn't have much of an impact, does it? Sorry, I'm out of the center. Always doing that. Well, I kind of like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, ooh, chili. We actually still have chili in the refrigerator from when we had it last. Our refrigerator is really good at keeping stuff for longer than normal. Oop. I'm going to use this BG, B030 Blue Frost. This one has the bullet point, which I'm glad because I need it to get into these small spaces. If I did that, it would be easier for me. I usually like holding the page at an angle, but I won't this time. I might not do some of this up here. I don't know. I don't think it works for, it might. I could try it. So there's this technique that I learned on, you've been praying. Well, thank you. Oh, Ohio or near that train derailment. Oh, I didn't know that that was happening. Mm. Cornbread. Ooh. Yes, chili and cornbread. Of course, I lost my train of thought. Oh, I was saying, yeah, Elena in Coloring with Elena, she has this cool technique. She did this on a picture with a train. She colored everything that she needed to, and then she took an eraser. I think it was a square eraser of some kind. It might have just been a regular, like, rectangle one. And she erased streaks out of the picture. Like the sun was over here, and she went, and then she went back in with a yellow and colored. It was like a pale, like deco yellow or something. And she colored the lines in, and it looked like you could still see the coloring from, different objects that the streak was going over, but it was just so cool. And I'm just wondering if it will work with alcohol markers at all. I think I'll keep both ends open. Uh, it probably, if the top were darker and you erased that top part, this would be on the other side. This would be there. So if that's the color that I want to be there, instead of like a white streak, and I didn't add any color to it, I guess, except maybe white. It might work. It might work. When I get to that, we'll try it. Okay. I don't watch the news, so the only way I hear of anything is if my husband tells me or I hear it on the chats. But I can pray for them also. There's just not a day goes by there's not something. I think news is negative most of the time. And if somebody's hearing nothing but sad, depressing things all the time, then it won't be long before they're, unless they can just deal with it better than the rest of us, it becomes, the person can become stressed and uh, negative all the time. Um, One of my family members watches the news almost constantly. I don't know why. Now, I used to watch the news all the time, the 24/7 stuff, although there was more than just local stuff in there. There wasn't a lot of local stuff. I didn't really like watching local because half the show was murders. A murder happened on First Street over in so and so area, and I just want to skip that. Some so and so was arrested on this and that and the other thing. I go, can you think of any happy news? Oh my goodness, Jennifer. Bill Engvall. I haven't heard of that one. Um, okay, that's interesting. Did they, I guess they're containing the chemicals in whatever way they can. This is going to take me ages. Well, not as many ages as using a pencil, I should say. But I don't know if y'all want to see me doing this. I'm really digging this blue back here. Um, what I was going to do was sharpen my non-photo blue. I love the Tagal. I'll look up when you want to laugh. Engvall. Bill Engvall. Sell him for parts. Sell him for parts? The bloom is the Ohio River and it's traveling down. Oh, yeah. Hmm. I need to empty this to go. They had news pressed. Killed fish and chickens. going to try this non-photo blue down here. It might be too light for this part. I might pick out something different than maybe electric blue. That's not dark enough either, but sorry, I've got this stuff in my way. Oh, I'm glad it's being washed. Watch. Edna McNee. Don't know who that is. They don't know what long-lasting effects on the people. Yeah, well, there's chemicals everywhere. Whatever we wash our clothes with, the food we eat, it's all got some chemicals of some sort in there. We can try to eat as cleanly as we can, but some things are hard to not get out. Just have to read a lot of labels. I wish we could grow our own food, but we still would have to put some kind of chemicals on it, unless we wanted to try to do organic, which is really more expensive. I don't know why I'm getting off on that. What I'm wanting to do is really make this darker. Sorry, keep jumping back and forth between spots in the picture. See, I'm wanting to make it like that, where it's I don't know why I'm bothering, because I'm going to cover them anyway. where the tooth is disappearing. That's kind of what I want to do with this whole section, this whole um, what is it called? It's a steampunk thing. It's a underground house, underwater house. So that's what I'll be doing with that. Hey, True, how are you? Ah, I love Audible. I love Audible. I need something darker than this. And this is not the one I'm needing. What is darker than? So I'm looking in the little thing I made. It's kind of cool. Non-photo. Okay, so I have been using nothing that's actually darker. Okay. True blue. Yeah. Like that. I'm just trying to get this. Oh, yeah, there we go. This part down here darker. I'm not sure if I need to be too careful around those. Hey, Allie! Thanks for coming in. I saw you trying to test something earlier. Was it an actual video, a live stream you were doing, or were you really testing? I want to check more into using the Streamlabs because I want to try to make it where y'all can come on here and we can talk if anybody wants to. Yeah, that's the this piano level. It would be cool. Lily used to do that, and I got to be on her stream, I think, once or twice. That was kind of fun. I mean, we didn't have our faces on there. Well, some of us did, I guess, but for a little bit. But most of the people that were on there, they would just it's hard to color and talk at the same time. They would just have like what they were working on, like this, in the video, and then we can just talk. That'd be fun. Back in the summer, as far as Audible goes, they had a deal where you can sign up and get it $8 a month instead of 13 or 14 or something like that. But I've wondered, and I guess I just need to go look at, I guess have Steve look at the account they're pulling from to see if it's seven or whatever it is usually, like you were saying, what, $15 or $12 or something like that. Um, yeah, just to see if I'm paying more. But um, I try to get the longest books I can, and I've got all the books that I want in a wish list, and then I look at them by I look at them by length, how many hours they are, and then I decide, well, do I want that one? And maybe I don't want that one right now, and then I just keep going down the list until, okay, well, that's 8 hours, so I'll get that, and that's one I've wanted. I think my longest book is 36 hours. If you have a live stream, does it save on YouTube, or do you have to upload it? I don't even know. That's a good question. My next question is, can I open Streamlabs and just hit record? I'm going to test this. Who, me? I've got a headset that I use for teaching. I wonder why I can't see the regular feed. Hmm. Oh, I can't open this and use it because the other app is using the camera. I just leave it up there. I mean, I have actually recorded it. I record most of my live streams, except this one because I don't know how you can do that in here. But I would record it and then I would chop out. I did this with one of them. I chopped out the beginning of it where I was doing a flip through books or something. Um, and I used to, when I started, I would go in and edit and then upload it again, but it would take forever because they were 2 and 3 hours long, and it just takes far too long to for it to be uploaded. It was like half a day or something. It should keep it. I don't have it check marked where it will get rid of it after it plays, so you should still be able to find it. But Streamlabs, I don't think I'm going to be able to. Now, since it's going through YouTube, maybe it will keep it. Maybe I don't have to actually record it. That's a possibility. Okay. Oh, record the live stream. I usually record the live streams because there might be something in there I want to clip out, but I rarely do it. Okay. All right. I'm using peacock blue, muted turquoise, and light aqua down here with this BG blue gray Ohuhu marker. And then on the background here, which I think maybe is way too blue, I'm not sure what I'll do. True blue, electric, electric, true blue, and non-faux. And the B030 frost blue on the background. So I'm kind of doing a, what do they call that? Let's see if I can find it. Somewhere I've got my little wheel. My wheel of time. No. All right. My color wheel. So they would call analogous. So I've got blue, blue, green. Well, it's really blue. What I could show, blue, green. It shows better on this one. I wonder why it shows it better on this one than that one. Anyway, analogous. It's kind of like mostly here. And so maybe, yeah, I can throw in some orange red into some of the spaces, maybe some of the fish. If you record a video, you have to upload it. If you live stream, it goes right to YouTube. If you want to change anything, you have to go in the studio and make changes. Yeah, it records. Also, when I was using Streamlabs, I could hit record and it would keep it on my computer. But I do understand that YouTube also keeps it unless I go fix it in the studio. Well, it keeps it up there unedited and I can go edit there also, or I could just use the recorded one on my computer and edit it. But editing is such a pain anyway that I just leave the live stream up as is, or else not keep them up at all. I don't know. Um, so yeah, that's what I was trying to do. There's analogous. That's what it came up with. Anyway, I could do maybe some of that. I don't know. We shall see. Yeah. Um, I edit some. I try to, if I'm doing just a video, I try to film it without anything that I wanted to cut out. But then sometimes an animal will come in and meow or bark, and I go, okay, well, I'm going to cut that out. Or I say, oh, I forgot something. I'll be back in a second. And I'll go off for a minute and come back, and I'll cut that out. And then if it's say too many times, I might cut that out. I don't know. Just depends, because I hate editing. And the the app that I'm using for that, I probably don't edit in the way that it's meant to be edited. What I do is I do a split. So I split it off until I get the segment that I want out. Then I click on that segment and put it in the trash, instead of going and doing clips, because I didn't teach myself how to do the clip part. I said, well, it's good enough the way I split it off into sections. So that's how I do it on there. It's called Photos. Is it called Photos? Video editor. Oh, thought it was called Photos. Anyway, that's the one I use. Oh, you have good software? Okay, tell us what good software you have. I just have a really basic one. Yeah. Something else I do a lot that I noticed other people do also, and then I thought, well, maybe it's not a big deal. People are used to it. It's just part of how we talk. Now y'all are all going to be mindful when you do it. I don't want to mess you up. But I like to take those out. If I do it a lot. Power Director. Woo. Oh, iMovie? Okay. Yeah, the one I use is just called Video Editor. I'm going to open it up and see what it does. Yeah. Well, now my husband said, oh, yeah, it's called Video Editor. It's just a plain ordinary thing. And I can go in and I can start another project. I could do title cards and end cards, trim, split. So there's a trim and a split. And the trim, I have gotten the hang of that. So split worked for me. I've added text. 3D stuff is tricky. I've also played with the speed on there, which I know y'all have noticed because it's so funny. I called it Wild Mouse Leslie because it sounds really high like this. And blah, blah, blah. Then I figured out how to turn the talking down, turn the sound, the music up. That way it can go fast and you can't hear me talking in a really high squeaky voice. Maybe I didn't say anything important at that point, so I just said, "Well, I'll just cut that out." And so that's what I've recently done. I'm I'm no expert at editing, and I just kind of go, "Oh, darn." Of course, I don't know where it is now, but I bought one of those glove things. I was so excited to show everybody too. Of course, I can't find it. Oh, it'll turn up. So what I did, now I'm completely jumping subjects. It was it's a one-fingered deal. And because when I had the two fingers, it would irritate me so much because these fingers would be together and there was just too much going on there sensory wise. And so I found the one glove, the one finger, and it is so much better. I love it. Anyway, where was I? Talking about editing. I don't know. I change subjects too much. What was I doing? Okay, you missed Leslie's rambling. Oh, I know. I was talking about things that I cut out. And you use, did somebody say Photoshop? I missed something. Oh, you use Photoshop. Okay. And Connie uses Power Director. Yeah. Back to my videos, but my energy is just blah. Oh. Yeah. As you can see, I'm not real great at talking and coloring at the same time. Oh, I need to cover that. Oh, the other thing, something I wanted to ask about was the music. You know how Emily has music in the background? And Pamela, well, lots of people have it in the background. Some have it just play it while they're coloring instead of talking. They just, like do speed coloring or something. Elena does that. And I'm just trying to figure out what app is it, an app they're using or music that they've downloaded out of, you know, music that you can use for your videos, because the video editor has a good selection of music, but you know, I kind of want to branch out into other music genres. It's definitely good to start with because then you can learn to play around with the sound and what um, what mood you want to create, things like that with the music. I only did classical music once because I wasn't sure how many people were fans of classical music. Most people use YouTube Music and some pay. Oh, YouTube Music. Awesome. I need to check that out. I did ask my husband to check on a new video editor for me, but he hasn't had the time. He's been on call this week and he's lost some sleep too. I made the mistake of drinking caffeine late one night, and even though I take medicine to sleep, um, I couldn't go to sleep. And he was up because he had gotten a call. So I decided, all right. Uh, oh, and then my restless leg was bothering me. So I had to take a little more medicine for that. And I got up and I colored for a while until he was done with his call. Bye, Connie. Thanks for coming in. Royalty free. Okay. I need to look for that. My picture has moved from the ugly stage to the what was I thinking stage. Okay, now I'm going to use sky blue light here to lighten some of this. So, what are y'all working on right now? That's a common question that YouTubers ask. Let me see if I can change it up a little bit though. What is something you've recently tried, either pencils or tulle, a new technique that didn't work? It could be it didn't work because of maybe you didn't do it right, or because the technique wasn't working on the paper or working on the material or whatever it is you're doing. And then, or you can do or a technique that did work for you, that you really like, and you might want to share it. I usually work on the foreground before you know what? I was trying to think. I think some pictures I use do the background first, and some that I do the foreground first. And I really don't know if there's a rhyme to a reason to it. Let me see what you say. Painting, but I need to color. I use YouTube Music as long as it says it's okay to use for monetization. It's good. Sometimes you need to credit the artists. Yeah, I'm not into the monetization yet. I've only got 500 and something. I think you have to have 1,000 for that. But I will be excited to be there. Neo ones that are oil pencils, pastels, I can't get them to work at all. They refuse to smudge, like they just lay. Hmm. Have you tried baby oil? Jennifer, what was the other one we were talking about the other day? You were saying, "Oh, why don't you try such and such?" Petroleum jelly. Was that what it was? The art sticks, I've got the same ones you do, and I tried to use them with water, but they didn't work so well. But I did use them on the picture I showed at the beginning. Do I still have it laying around? No, I used them, but I used them with a lot of different things on this picture. Oh, I couldn't even tell you where on here that I used it. Well, maybe right here. Yeah, here. Well, I also use watercolor. So I really don't know where in here I used them, but I know I used them. Ouch. Baby oil and Vaseline that leaves blotchy spots. Okay. I don't want to get, what is that stuff that's toxic? Gamzi? Gamgee? Don't know what it's called. Gamsol? There's probably, I know that Sarah Renee Clark has a video of using things to blend with oil pastels. Gamsol, yeah. Jennifer, do you have a video demo? I've got the 12th set of freight damage door for $5, so I thought that I know is a steal of price. Oh, freight damage. Yeah, that reminds me of another video I was watching, and I don't remember actually what the main topic of the video was, but something she said intrigued and piqued my interest. She says that Amazon in her area had a store that where she could go and buy stuff that is maybe returned and can't be sold as new or got lost in the mail or something. And I thought, wow, surely in the area I live in, surely they would have something like that. That would be so fun. Not sure I'm liking the background, but we're just going to keep going. Hi, Bubbles. Take a nap for me. I probably need to nap today um, because I'm teaching 6 classes later. What is under there? Hmm. Something is under that. I don't know what's the problem with that one spot. That's weird. Um, oh yeah, called Retail Rebel. Is that my water pill is saying hello? Oh, please go take care of that. Um, Retail Rebel. Oh, there was somebody that came into the stream yesterday. Uh, it was in yours, true, Angela, and her name was Rebel. And I tried to ask what her channel was because I wanted to go find it, and I couldn't. Nobody answered, and I think it was the stream ended. So, is that what she's called, Retail Rebel? Maybe I'm getting it wrong. Gosh, it's lunchtime, y'all. I'm going to continue to labor over this. Um, I need to get something lighter than light aqua. Maybe green gray. Green gray. Let's see what that does. Ooh. Ooh, that looks kind of gross. Why did I pick that up? Oh no. Oh, she doesn't stream? She is on IG. Oh, okay. Well, I guess those are the Amazon stores. We have that. Sell Amazon turns. I will watch back later, but background so far. Oh, okay. Um, okay. I don't know if somehow I thought she had a stream. Anyway, I need to go eat and maybe take a nap. I don't know. So this is definitely going to be a learning page, but I will show it when I'm done. I'm going to continue this up here. I'm going to try to erase this top layer of, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I need to use, where is my sky blue light? No, not pale. I don't know. I'm going to try to find something lighter than light aqua. Oh, that's too green. Oh, she does. Okay. Lurk, lurk, lurk. Anyhow, so my idea on this is to just kind of clean it up. This is going to be these aqua colors, and the water is going to be, thinking I might add some purple in there somewhere. I'm going to try that streaky thing I was telling you about earlier. We'll see. And so that's what I'm going to try to do on that. Bye, Allie. Well, thanks for coming in. I think it's been about 2 or 3 hours. Oh dear. Y'all have a good day, and I will see you. I don't think I might be at the end of Emily's live stream, but I won't be in Tanya's because I'll be teaching then. So I'll see y'all later. Now, how do I end this? Oh, all right, bye. Oh, me? Um, Usually about 9:30, around there on Tuesday and Friday. That's kind of where I've been landing. So it could be it could be 10, it could be 11, like on Friday. There's usually something I do on Friday morning that will go to about 11, but if I don't have it, then it's 9:30. Um yeah, I try not to overlap with Connie, but sometimes I might. So I don't know. That's where I'm going. Oh, you're specific. Let's see. If it is 9:30 my time, then it's going to be 7:30. Oh, 10:30 your time, I guess. Okay. Anyway, oh, have fun at the store. My dog is whining at me for something. I don't know what. I'll see y'all later. 10:30 now. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's 10:30 now. Oh, Pacific. See how tired I am? Yes. So 9:30 my time would be 7:30 your time, which should be pretty early for you. Oh, yourself. All right, bye. See you later.